Many years ago in the East, there was a very corrupt and oppressive ruler named Yazid that did not hold back from any crime. The people were sick and tired from him and his oppression. They wrote letters to a noble man among them, a man who, along with his descendants, was known as the most distinguished, most trustable, most just, most righteous, and most brave individual among the people. Not one letter, not 10 letters, not 100. They wrote 12,000 letters and asked that he come and become their guardian. The noble man was more decent, honorable, and kind than to allow the hand of someone that extended to him for aid to come back without an answer, even if this cost him his life. He was brought up in a family that gave up their food for 3 consecutive days to the needy who had come to their home, even though they were hungry themselves and did not have other food for eating. He was the son of a mother who gave up her wedding dress on her wedding night to a needy woman who did not have proper clothes, and came to her own wedding with an old shirt. He was the son of a father who, even though he was the leader of the state, wore shoes with patches and carried heavy bags of fruit on his back and divided them at night among the poor. He would bend down and carry orphan children on his back to make their hearts happy. No one ever remembered a needy person having returned from his house or his father's house empty-handed. How could this noble man ignore 12,000 requests for help and turn his back on the cries of the majority of the people? He set out. Yazid became aware of the situation. He sent a massive army towards the nobleman's caravan, which was made up mostly of women and children. The same people that wrote all these letters to the nobleman asking him to come and become their guardian hid in their homes out of the fear of Yazid and his army. They abandoned him and did not come to his aid. The commander of the army told the nobleman that he should either sign a declaration of friendship with Yazid, or he and his followers would be all killed. The nobleman said that such a declaration would mean approving of Yazid and his crimes. He would do no such thing. The commander said then there was no choice but war. The nobleman took a look at Yazid's soldiers. They were all tired and thirsty. Without thinking about how they were his enemies and would soon fight him, he told his companions to quench the thirst of all the enemy soldiers. He himself went to their aid with a musk filled with water. For he was the inheritor of all the goodness of all good ones. He was the grandson of the messenger of kindness, Muhammad, and the son of the most just and kind commander of the world, Ali. He was Hussain. Do you know what they did with Hussain in return for all this kindness, forgiveness, and goodness? Same people that had their thirst quenched by the hands of Hussain and his followers cut off water from Hussein's camp a few days later. In that burning heat, they did not even have mercy on the women and children. "30,000 ruthless fighters lined up against Hussein's followers, who, even including a 9-year-old boy, were not even 100 people. Hussain said with a loud voice, Do you not know me? Am I not the son of the daughter of your prophet? Am I not the son of the successor to your prophet? Have I killed someone from you so that you want to kill me out of revenge? Have I damaged any of your property? Have I oppressed any of you so now you want to punish me? Did a large number of you not write letters to me, ask me to come for your guardianship and growth? So how will you now pull your swords on me and your family? If you regret your decision, there is no problem. We have never forced anything on anyone and will not ever do so. So go aside and let me go to a faraway land with my family. Yazid wanted Hussain to be killed. Whoever would fulfill his wish would receive a reward. So each person tried to get a bigger share of Yazid's goodwill for themselves. They put in every effort to bring about the most gruesome event in creation. They attacked him with such fierceness that it was as if Hussain had committed the worst oppressions and crimes against them. They did not even have mercy on Hussein's 6-month-old child. They silenced that baby who was crying out of thirst, shooting an arrow through his throat. They threw so many spears and arrows to Hussain that his body was like a porcupine. Even though they knew these wounds were enough to kill him, whoever got close to him would put a new wound in his cut-up body with their sword. Even those that did not have swords or spears threw stones on his body. Then, even while Hussain was still breathing, they, in front of his sister, cut off his head from his body and put it on a spear. They paraded his head in front of the eyes of his young daughter with the chance of victory. They did not stop there. In order for their atrocity to become fixed as one of the biggest crimes in history, they rode on the bodies of Hussain and his followers so much that their cut-up bodies were crushed and their chest bones were turned into powder and became one with the dirt. Yazid and his followers thought that cutting the head off the bright sun of morality, meaning Hussain, would forever turn off the light of justice and guidance. They were unaware that God had left that light in a man from the descendants of Hussain. A light that was stored so that in the end of days, it will shine upon a people that seek guidance and justice. A guide that will destroy the darkness of ignorance and oppression, and melt the ice of hopelessness and grief, so that every person gets to finally taste justice and security. In the hopes of the coming of that